Hello there, Qckslvrslash, and today I have another short video of you. I'm driving my Skoda T25 alongside Armored Chimera in his Chafee, and we're playing on Erlenberg Assault, and this is going to be the last video before I'm gone for a couple days. The move is well underway. I pre-uploaded this one just to make sure that, I had something going up, and I was really pleased with this game, and I think this game was really a turning point for me in the T25. Up until this point, I just never really had good games in this tank. I really liked the Qckslvrslash, that kind of 3-round autoloader. It actually does really well on a medium because it allows you to pull out, particularly against another medium, fire a single, or take a single shell, and then put 3 shots out there in very rapid succession and kind of do heavy tank damage in return. Now, the gun's kind of a little lacking as far as penetration and damage, 132. If you're against tier 8s, that can be really rough, and you really just have to find their sides at that point rather than go like full face assault. Ugh, I can't talk right now. When I see the E25 up there, he concerns me, but you can see he's pulled back, and I want to push because our entire team has come along this side, and that's fine. We just have to make sure we really control this side. You can see I completely missed the first shot there. Poor gun depression and poor timing on my part. I fire right as I went up over a little lip. But my team comes in and finishes off that T24. So next on the hit list is this E25. But with where that stug was, I should be able to see him. And he finally turns and clearly had a camo net or something. I was hoping to make quick work of him until that IS-2 put his turret in my face. You can see the enemy team's smaller tanks all rushed cap, hoping they could get it from us, and, well, it can work. All we had to do was get into the cap to interrupt their ability to capture it, and we did just that and then started putting damage on. Missed the first shot on that Lush, second one sticks, and I clip. And that's another thing that I actually really started to like about this tank, is the very quick reload of that small autoloader. You have 1 or 2 shells left, you feel completely comfortable reloading. 2 shots into that M7, and things are all even up for our teams. You can see, rather than being a north-south battle, we've completely turned this into east-west, and I end up eating a couple shells from that AMX. I was just too focused on the T67, trying to get that kill. I pull out, try to put 1 into the AMX, miss, and then I pull back and get tracked by VK3001H. And he's just sitting somewhere up near that castle, just lobbing rounds into me. And thank God he didn't really get to do too much damage, because this thing doesn't really have a lot of hit points. I mean, no tier 6 does. So our team's got a small advantage, and I'm just going to play a little more patient here. I feel I've already done a lot to contribute, and with 215 hit points, I don't want to throw my life away trying to get a little more damage. So I'm patiently just looking around the corners, making sure nothing has lines. And then finally I do push up, kind of to the next set of buildings to look for a new shot. Managed to find one on that 3601, but all 3 bounce. I didn't have a very good angle on them. And I'm looking for the same shot. You can see me just trying to look a tiny little sliver there, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. That's when the dastardly 3100H that had been tracking me earlier gets spotted. I really could have fired at him. At the time I didn't realize that was just a stone wall that was blocking him. I thought it was one of the pile of rebels up there, so I didn't want to waste a shot. And I start looking for another one. He starts driving away, gives me a side, I miss, so I reload because I see this 4503 pushing in. And that tier 7 premium can be a pretty deadly little tank. Its armor isn't as good as, you know, a Tiger 2, but and it's got that kind of stock turret. But the gun is reliable and the aim on it is absolutely perfect. Luckily for me, doesn't see me come around the corner. I put one into his track, another one, that bounces, but it did keep him tracked, and you can see T-37 just chipping away at him, and I unload into the back of his turret and finish him off. And unfortunately for us, that AMX 12-ton on the other team, in a really smart move, drove all the way around the edge of the map, got in behind our tanks, and did a lot of damage, killing a couple of my teammates. And you can see we've got like a Clicky McClickerson who's like, hey, I saw something clearly no one else can have seen. So they're jamming on the map. You know, it's just annoying at that point. I look for a shot through these broken rafters. Managed to get him, finishing off that 3100H. Finally kind of getting revenge for those tracks he busted. And next I'm just going to push up and erase that VK. So 6 kills in, and it's here that I had to make a big decision, because that 12-ton is more than likely gonna come and try to interrupt our cap, get spotted to support that friendly arty. So I try to stage a position where I'm gonna see him approach before, you know, he manages to see me, and the arty finishes off our light tank. What an unfortunate turn of events. So me and this IS-2 are basically sitting ducks here now. And it's a waiting game, and the T-12 does exactly what I thought. I get a fire on him, put a couple shots in, IS-2 pulls out, finishes him off, and at this point, I'm basically comfortable saying that's game. I'm going to cross the bridge, move somewhere that already cannot easily hit me, and I'm just going to cap this one out. There's no advantage to getting the kill here. I'd rather have a win. So I hide in between these two buildings because I feel it gives me really the best protection from any incoming shells. And with just over 23 seconds left, just gonna have to wait this one out. And there we go. Got the win. And there we have it. Mastery, Fire for Effect, Bruiser, and a Top Gun in a tank that I've been kind of struggling to find its place. The Skoda T25. You know, it's now got a warm place in my heart because of that game. Just was a little more patient, and the autoloader really came through for me. 1943 damage, and I wasn't even a top tier tank, you know, tier 6 in a tier 7 game, and 1246 base experience. And overall, you know, I really love my mediums. I normally play them really aggressive, I like the 3-round autoloader. I really enjoyed the Qckslvrslash despite its massive size, because you could poke out, you take a medium tank hit for, 1 to 200 damage, but then you get to put 3 shells in for really kind of a return of heavy tank damage, and the Skoda's no different. It just took me a while to figure out exactly how to drive and play it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this replay. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. And I would love your subscription. I'm slowly working my way to that first 100. Once I hit that mark, I'm going to do some kind of small giveaway for the people who have subscribed to this channel as just a thank you for supporting me and encouraging me to continue to put out videos. And as always, I'll have another one for you guys tomorrow.